In this video, I'm looking at the New International Version Pew and Worship Bible. This is in the new, easy-to-read comfort print. It says it's the best-selling New International Version text. Has that exclusive comfort print for the NIV, double column format, durable hardcover binding with high-quality paper. I'll show you the back here in case you want to pause and look at that information. It does retail here for $16.99. So this is designed to be a Pew Bible. And as we look at it here, one thing I really do like about this is that the hardcover is really nice. I do like hardcover Bibles. Of course, I like Bibles with a leather cover a lot too, and even the leather soft synthetic leather covers are nice for certain uses. But I will say, for having on a shelf or in a pew, having a hardcover Bible can be a really nice thing, and they're not expensive. It may retail for about $17, but you can get this even cheaper than that. And so you're getting really good quality here, long-lasting Bible for not a lot of money. Zondervan makes their Bibles look really nice. The spine looks good here. I just really like the way Zondervan presents their Bibles. As we get in here, it's pretty much what you would expect in a Pew Bible. Here is the title page, table of contents, and what you'll see here is this is the 2011 edition, of course, but it is printed in 2019. Looks like the second printing of that year. So this is a recent printing, and that's why you have the comfort print here. It does have an alphabetical order books of the Bible along with this traditional order and a preface. So there's the alphabetical order of the books and the preface to the New International Version. A few pages of that preface, and then we get right into the biblical text, the Old Testament title page, the book of Genesis. This is a double column format. The comfort print here, it said, was a 9.4 font. So that is a decent size. I will say the comfort print for the NIV runs a little bit small. So it's not a large print Bible. However, it is very comfortable. You can see there's good line spacing there between the lines of the text. I really like the formatting overall of this. It's justified on both sides of the column there. It is paragraph setting, but the verses are pretty easy to find in this Bible, so that's not a problem. You do see a poetic setting there. When we get into the poetic sections of the Bible, you're going to see more of that. So here in the book of Job, as well as the book of Psalms, you're going to see these poetic lines. I really like the look of comfort print in general, and the NIV comfort print is unique. This was made at a time when they still have some space between certain letters, and so you see here on the letter E, there's a little space there. Some people don't like that as much. I don't have a problem with it. I was reading this Bible some, and I thought it read very nicely. But the newer editions don't have those spaces in the letters, and so the letters just completely form together, and so you're not going to have that space, for example, in the E's there or in the A's. And there's probably other letters too, but those are the ones that I know. Oh yeah, the letter D here has a little space there. So in the newer editions of the NIV, they've closed those spaces up. It does have textual notes on the bottom there, some footnotes, but not much else. It's really just meant to be something to have in a pew or on a shelf or to be able to carry with you. I really like the portability of this Bible. It's not very big. As we come to the end here, it has this table of weights and measures. So for being a Pew Bible, it actually has a little bit of extra features there that you don't necessarily need in a Pew Bible. But the portability of this, as I said, is really good. I mean, you're looking at about 8 3/4 inches by about 5 7/8 inches. And I think that looks to be about 1 1/8 inch on the spine there. So it's not a very thick Bible. It is actually a glued binding, which typically now you'll see a lot more sewn bindings. And I know for some people, they're not going to like that. Personally, I know that some glued bindings do actually last quite a while. So I think if people aren't beating these things up, it should still last a pretty good amount of time. However, it would be a little bit nicer to have a sewn binding, but still seems really solid and well made to me. It is meant to be used as a Pew Bible, and what's great with this, and I think Zondervan has done this with the NASB, they have a preacher's Bible, and the preacher's Bible is set up to match the pagination of the Pew Bible. So we're looking here at the book of Esther, and this is page 426 and 427 in the Preacher's Bible. And sure enough, if you look here, we're on page 426 and 427 of the Pew Bible. So I love that when you're preaching, if you're using the Preacher's Bible, you can just tell people turn to this page. And if they're not familiar with the Bible, they can just pick up a Pew Bible and be able to turn right to that page and find where you are. So that is a really nice feature with some of these Zondervan Bibles. Personally, I would like to see their fonts a little bit larger, even for this Preacher's Bible. Compared to the NASB, this font runs a little bit small. It's still very readable, so I don't want to paint it in an overly negative picture, but I think if it was a little bit bigger, that would be nice, and the same with this Pew Bible here. However, I still would say it's very readable. As far as the paper goes, even in the poetic setting here, you don't really see a whole lot of ghosting. Now, this is not line matched, I've noticed, but as long as there's not a lot of ghosting, I'm not really strong that it has to be line matched, and so I think this is fine. For the price point of this Bible, I think it's absolutely a good buy. Now, I do want to show this compared to the other Pew Bible that I have in the NIV. This is a single column Pew and Worship Large Print. And this Bible here, if you compare, definitely has larger print, quite a bit larger. It really makes this look like a small print. But this is a 12-point. It's not comfort print, and it's just a very large print. But it is a much bigger Bible. If you compare both of these together, you can see that this large print Bible takes up a lot more room. I would say for reference, for having on your shelf or doing long read-throughs, this actually is a really nice addition to have. And I'm really impressed. I did a review of this. There's actually a lot of nice features in here for being what they call a Pew and Worship Bible. It has nice introductory material in the front. And in the back, you have the table of weights and measures, and then the preface in the back here to the NIV version. But I would say, for reading through, this is nice being such large print. However, for portability and to have in a pew, this is really nice. And again, I have to say, the comfort print may not be large, but it is still really readable. It's a nice crisp font in my opinion, and I think it looks really nice. I don't have a problem reading it, although I will say large print is a little easier on the eyes, but I think it's just trade-offs. What you get with this Pew Bible here is something that's really nice and portable. If people are using it in church, it is nice to have something that's small enough that if they're doing scripture reading, they can just open it up and hold it easily in their hand. So I really do like this Pew and Worship Bible, and just really impressed with the products that we have today, put out by companies like Nelson, Holman, and here Zondervan, among others. I mean, there's just some great, wonderful Bibles, and I thought it would be good to just look at this in a little bit of detail, show it to you in case you were curious. Thank you so much for looking at this Bible with me from A Frisch Perspective.